So hello everyone. So today we'll be going to do a full review of Thapar University, which is my college. I am currently in second year in computer engineering branch. So I'll give you all details of Thapar University and I will also share my experience of studying there in offline as well as in online mode. So make sure you watch the video till end and also do like the video and subscribe the channel. And let's start. Okay, so now let's just start the video. So first of all, we will be talking about stats and rankings of Thapar University worldwide and as well as NIRF. So the Times Higher Education World Ranking, it has around 601 to 800, QS Asia rankings 251 to 260, and these are pretty much good. And if we talk about the NIRF ranking, it's 51 in overall rankings and 29 in engineering rankings. So basically, although you should not trust much about NIRF ranking because they just take many factors, for example, girls boys ratio and of course the campus area as well, and some of them does not make any sense. So but yeah, you can just consider it for ranking purposes. So yeah, that was it for the rankings. Now let's go ahead. So now let's just talk about mode of admission. So normally, before pandemic, they used to take 70% of the admissions through J mains ranks and 30% through boards. But last year they just took almost most of the admissions through boards only and few of the admission through J mains. But this year they are taking 50% through boards and 50% through J mains. All the boards have been cancelled, but yes, they will be. I don't think they will change their criteria. So yeah, the criteria might remain same. So yeah, you can just see that. And for BTech in biotechnology, the score of NEET is considered, and in boards the score of PCB is considered, and also in boards the scores of only PCM is considered, the physics, chemistry, math, and nothing else is considered. And if I talk about the reservations, so 50% of the seats are reserved for Punjab students only. So basically there are two cases. First of all, if your school was in Punjab where you did for your 11th and 12th from, and it doesn't matter where you live, but if your school was in Punjab in 11th and 12th, then you might go under this criteria. And the second criteria is if you are living in Punjab and if you have the domicile certificate, then also you might consider this. Then also you will be considered under Punjab criteria. And yeah, that was it. Now let's go ahead. If I talk about cutoffs and seats, so I'll be talking about main branches here. If you want to, see the detailed cutoffs, I have also made a different video for it. You can just see in the I button, or I'll be giving the links in the description as well, so you can just look at it. So if I talk about the COE branch, which is currently I am in, so it is computer engineering, and it has maximum number of seats in the campus. So the seats are 780, which is huge, man. And if I talk about the cutoff, so talking about the J mains cutoff, if you are from outside Punjab, the cutoff was around 97.5 percentile last year. And if I talk about the Punjab student, it was around 95.21 percentile. And talking about the boards, you can just see 95% in PCM for outside Punjab and 88% in PCM for Punjab students. So yeah, if you are from Punjab, you will be getting quite a lot of benefit from it. And talking about the CSC branch, which is the most famous one, and of course most of the students want it. So outside Punjab cutoff for J mains was 98.86 percentile, and for Punjab it was 98.53. So there is not much difference you can see. So if I talk about the boards cutoff, there was 97% in PCM for outside Punjab and 95.33 in PCM in Punjab students. So talking about another famous branch, CSBS, which is Computer Science and Business Systems. So the seats are 60. And talking about the cutoff in J mains for outside Punjab, it was quite huge, and I was also shocked to see that it was 99.76 percentile, which was around 2200 rank maybe. And I don't know why it was that much higher, but yeah, it was. And talking about the Punjab, it was 96.3 percentile, and for boards for outside Punjab, it was 95% in PCM and 87.33 in PCM for Punjab students. So you can just see clearly that if you are from Punjab, you might get a lot of benefit in admissions. So yeah, that was it. Now let's just go ahead talking about the fee structure and scholarships, which is very much important for all of us because it's a private college, of course, and it's quite costly as well. So the fee ranges from 4 to 5 lakhs per year, and it is the total fees. If even if you're not going on campus, the fee might range in this range. The fee might be this much only. And 4 to 5 lakhs, and per semester fees, if I'm talking about, it is around 2 lakh per semester. Sometime it's around 180, 190, and sometime it's around 220 as well, and they just keep increasing the fees every year. So yeah, you can just calculate. So if I talk about the 4-year fees, it just comes around roughly,
20 lakh?
and it can also go up to 25 lakhs depending on your branch, because normally computer branches have higher fees compared to other branches. So yeah, that was it. And hostel fees are also different depending on hostel type. For example, if you are taking 3-seater, 4-seater, AC, non-AC, with attached washroom and common washroom, so yeah, that just varies a lot. And if you are applying in international engineering program, and basically it's a program where you spend the first 2 years on Thapar University campus and the rest 2 years in any international university which has tie-ups with Thapar University. For example, there is a tie-up with Trinity College in Dublin, and there is also tie-up with Tel Aviv University in Israel, and it has also tie-ups with various other universities in different countries like Australia as well. So yeah, that was it. And talking about the scholarships, so scholarships, if we talk about, so there are different scholarships, but mainly when you come in first year, you get scholarship on the basis of your score in JEE mains and 12th board. So basically there are just different criteria. So if you want to see the detailed scholarships, so I have also made a video. You can just find all the links in the description below. Basically, I have made a playlist, where I have showed Thapar University details, all of the scholarships, cutoffs, placement, and all that in detail. So you can just see that. I have also given in I button. Otherwise, you can just look at the description down below. So now let's just go ahead, man. Now let's just talk about the sports facilities. So man, these are great, man. If you're a sports person, you will be enjoying a lot. We have athletic track of 400 meter. You can just see the image below, and in the middle of that athletic track there is a football ground, and all the matches are held there. Basically basically when I was on campus, the mainly the team matches used to happen there. And you can also see the cos market, which is basically a market, main market of the Thapar University campus. So you can just see in the photo. And you can also see we have basketball, tennis courts, and there are a lot of courts, and of course there are cricket ground and football field as well. There is swimming pool, there are badminton courts, and of course there are gym in all hostel. Each hostel has their own gym, so yeah, that's a good thing. You can see the photos. So yeah, that was it for the sports facilities, and let's just go ahead, man, talking about the placements. Okay, so just don't make it boring. Just talk about the time placement. That's all what we care. So yeah, that's it. Let's talk about the placement. So although it's a private college, but comparing to other private colleges, it has nice placements. And of course, you cannot compare it with top government colleges like IIT and ITs, but it has decent enough placements. And talking about the 2020, so 264 companies were visited, and highest package was 43 lakhs per annum, and it was by a company called Arcesium. And yeah, that's a lot of money, man. If you're graduating from a private college, so that's actually great amount of package you can just get. So basically, if I talk about this company Arcesium, so they just take so basically talking about this company known as Arcesium, so they just take students having a very nice CGPA, for example, above 9.1 or 9.2. So yeah, that was it. Of course, that's a lot of CGPA, but that's why they get a lot of package as well. So average salary was around 6 point lakhs per annum. It was overall, so it was overall, average package considering all the branches. And if you talk about computer engineering branching or computer science branches, so average package ranges from 8 to 9 lakhs. It can also go up to 10 lakhs as well. So top recruiters, we have Microsoft, JP Morgan, Wipro, Samsung, Zomato, Infosys, Amazon, etc. So yeah, that was it for the placements. Once again, I have made a separate video for placements at Thapar University as well. You can just see in the playlist Thapar University details. I have also made the playlist available in the description, so you can just check it. So you can just check out. Now let's go ahead, man. So talking about the hostels, man, hostels are great if you get good ones. So talking about the hostels, we have eight. boys hostels and 5 girls hostels. So they are building more and more hostels, so the numbers might differ, there might be more or less hostels, but yeah, basically these are the hostels. So talking about the first years, normally they don't get much great hostels. They get hostel B or hostel C or hostel H, and there are basically 3 to 4 seater AC and non-AC rooms, and these are also not much great hostels. They are also the old ones, so you can just see. But in this pandemic situation, of course, they cannot just call all the students, all 4 year students, at once at campus. So if they're calling you on campus, there is a chance you might get better hostels. So you can just see. So first years normally get hostels with common washroom, and from second year hostels, man, you get amazing hostel, basically 5-star hostels. You can also see the pictures above. So the first picture is of Hostel M where I lived in my first year, this year only during February and March 2021. So yeah, it was one of the greatest hostels. And second picture is of Hostel K. This is also got normally, and this is also normally got by second year students or third year students. And the third photo is of Hostel N, which is of girls, and you can just see the architecture, man, it's just amazing. And from second year onward, there are more chances you will be getting hostels with common and attached washroom and maybe 1 or 2 seater rooms as well. So talking about the hostels, so they have their own gym, mess, common rooms, reading rooms, water cooler.
के पीछे से आवाज आई, इसमें कभी पानी नहीं आता, वाटर कूलर चला के देखा उसमें पानी नहीं आ रहा.
And also hostels are allocated on the basis of merit. So if you're in first year, you will be allocated hostels on the basis of your JEE mains rank or maybe boards marks, and after onwards, and later on you will be getting on the basis of your CGPA. So yeah, that was it. It's true. And talking about the facilities, we have Cos Market with OET. OET basically means open air theater. We have open air theater at the back of Cos. So first photo is of Cos Market, and there are various food outlets there, for example Rapchick, Fits and Bites, cafes and juice corners as well. And this Rapchick was my favorite. Most of my lunches used to happen there because I was quite tired after attending classes in the afternoon, and I just didn't used to go to the mess for eating food. I just used to go to Rapchick, but don't do it. And talking about the food outlets, we also have Jaggi food outlet and near the main building, so you can just see the photos. These are of Jaggi outlets, and there are also food outlets and shops in G block, and we are also having a food outlet in library as well. And talking about the facilities, we have world class library, man. The library is amazing. We have just talking about the library, basically I have just made a video showing the library tour of Thapar University, and it's amazing, and you should just see it. It's just amazing. So let's go ahead. So finally we'll be talking about pros and cons of Thapar University. So talking about the pros, so it has good placements for private college compared to other private colleges, and also facilities are good. And talking about the faculty also, they are also nice. Although some of them are quite dominative and rude as well, but most of them are nice. And there are also some teachers that are similar to what you basically used to have in your schools. We are taking care of students and all that, so they're also nice. And the campus is great, and there is a great campus life and events and fest. All the events and fests, and also events and fests are not happening right now, but normally the events and fest just happen almost every day in the campus, and it's very chilled out scene, so you can just enjoy it. And also it has a great alumni network because it's a old institution, so it has a heritage and history as well, so the alumni network is great. And also talking about the classrooms and lecture halls of Thapar University, there are also just world class. Basically the lecture halls are great, and I've also shown them in a day in my life at Thapar University video, so you can just see it. So the lecture halls are basically amazing, and yeah, they are just great. So talking about the cons, the biggest con is of course the fees. Basically most of us are from middle class families, and of course our earnings are not much great, and fees just become a problem, and most of the students just go for student loans as well. And yeah, that's it. And the next thing is about narcotics and drugs. So basically I just don't believe in it much, but Of course, it's there in not just in Thapar University, but it's there in every college. It's there in IIT as well. It's there in NIT as well. So it's basically your choice, but it's just not much big problem. And of course, we have the strict rules regarding this in campus and university. So anyone found doing it will be straight away expelled from the college. So yeah, that was it. And the third con might be the crowd as well, because 50% seats are reserved for Punjab students, and they are also increasing the seats every year, which means they are taking more and more crowd, which just compromises on the quality of crowd. Basically, the students with high ranks are also getting to the same branch, and it just increases the crowd, but it just decreases the quality of crowd. So it might be a con as well, but overall, I would say in terms of a private college, Thapar University is a great college. So if you have no other option and if you have to just join a private college only, so you might consider joining it here. And yeah, that was it for the video, and I hope you like it, and just do share your comments in the comment section below, and do like the video and subscribe the channel as well, and I'll see you in the next